A lot of you may know, on a personal level, my wife and I are pretty active in real estate, investing in property. And anytime we need a loan, our first call is always to Kevin. So 2 reasons. One is he can do it. He does a great job. But 2, he's honest about it and says, hey, that's not really in my wheelhouse, so I can't do that. And then we can go to some different options. So Kevin's always been a very trusted resource. Here, Tom, you know how much we trust him. It's one thing for me to send a referral to a colleague. Another thing for you to send a referral to somebody I really know. But when you refer your kid to somebody, that speaks volumes about their trustworthiness and how much you count on them. My youngest son, Samuel, bought his first house in Chattanooga. Kevin did a loan. It was I think, $200,000 house. He treated him like a $2 million client. So that's how much we trust Kevin Watson with our stuff. Thank you, Kevin.
Thanks, guys. We'll go to the next slide, Adrian. Okay, this is, of course, my why. This is my family. We love to be on the lake and go out there. My 2 boys. This one is a musician going to Belmont in what's today, the 5th? He goes in 8 days. So Mama's kind of sad about that. That's our last one. So we'll be empty nesters. We'll have the 2 furry babies. We've got Lily Bell, and we have the little bulldog who is a terror. So she terrorizes Lily. My oldest, Gray, is working at German Performance Options, and Ashley Pack helped him get that job. So pretty cool. Next slide. I love cars. Y'all know that. And that car is probably up a little bit from the last time I looked at it, but that's a nice little F40 Ferrari. So I'm part of a group called 111 Motor Cars. And in fact, I've got the auto sales guy coming here next week. That may be a good referral for you guys. So next slide. Okay, my career path. Love the Grateful Dead. So what a long train trip it's been. So I started, I was at University of Alabama, graduated there, Roll Tide. And then I came to Nashville, started working at the Federal Reserve Bank. There was a Federal Reserve branch downtown Nashville, and I was there for about 1.5 years. Before that, I was in the U.S. Army as a tank platoon leader in the Army National Guard, Alabama, and then Tennessee. And then worked at the Fed. But then I worked with Bell South in cellular sales and loved that. But wanted to kind of get out of that and ended up landing in lending. And that was 32 years ago that I started doing mortgages. And one of the stops, there were a couple stops before Countrywide, but one of the stops was Countrywide, and they're the ones that back in 2008 it had the bad name about being the one that crashed everyone, but everyone crashed everyone in 2008. It was kind of crazy, but they sold to Bank of America. So I was at Bank of America, and I was their top producer for 3 states, Alabama, Tennessee, and Mississippi, and they couldn't get a loan closed. So I left Bank of America and went to a small community bank called Franklin Synergy, which was an outstanding bank. They were bought by First Bank. But then when I was there, I was doing great. Things were good, but I was just praying, Lord, I really feel like this is where I need to be. What do you want me to do? I'm really not challenged. It was pretty easy. I had a lot of business going, and it was pretty easy. Playing golf every Friday was kind of nice. But I wanted the challenge. So I prayed about it, and then Mike Hardwick called me from Churchill Mortgage, and that was 15 years ago this month. So 15 years this month. I've been at Churchill Mortgage. I'm their regional manager for Middle Tennessee, but of course for you guys I also originate, and I'm picky when I get to pick the realtors that I work with, KB and Paul. Love working with you guys, but I am picky, so I get to pick pick the people I work with. So I only work with people I like, which is awesome. And so it's a blessing. It really is. You guys are a big blessing. Next slide. I want to show you a couple of things about BNI. You can hit work. You should have trimmed the back to the BNI Givers Game part. Yeah. Oh well, nothing showed up. Oh well. I'll tell you about it. I've been in this group for 23 years. Crazy. Jared, the next one's been here 3 years. I've been here 23 years. So it's crazy. Time flies when you're having fun. It's a great group. If you looked at the stuff that is supposed to show up there for some reason, I had a little bit over 3.2 million of closed business that I've sent people. Okay. And so guys, is probably more than that. But it's just a blessing to be here. I've gotten a lot too. So for those of you that are new or you haven't gotten a lot of business yet, the longer you're in B&I, the more you get. It's just like buying a house. It's time in the market, not timing the money. Right? So you never know when you're going to get it. So I'm telling you, the blessings are coming if you're not getting it yet. But it also depends on what you get. So it is giver's gain. And I just put my 2 cents in with D&I about that. And so it's a blessing to be here. And thank you for letting you be here. So let's talk a little bit about affordability. Back when I was born in 1968, it was $10.54 for minimum wage. I don't really understand why minimum wage keeps going down, but 2009 it went to $8.70. Now it's at $7.25. So it's kind of like, why is it going down? Kind of weird. But affordability is really a real thing for our first-time buyers. That's about half of the people that I help. I really have a passion for helping first-time buyers. I love helping. I help everybody, but first-time buyers are about half the people that I work. So let's look at the next slide. This is the best solution, right? KB talks about it a lot. I talk about it a lot, is helping that person buy down their interest rate so they get either a permanent rate reduction or they get a temporary rate reduction. Today, we're going to talk about the temporary rate reduction. So I looked at rates a little bit right around here, maybe a little more or less. But if today's rate is 6.75, what a temporary buy down does is it buys that rate down 2 points the first year. So the first year they're in the home, they get a rate and a payment of 4.75. Okay. The second year they're in their home, they get a 5.75. And then the third year through the 30th year, they get the 6.75. Okay. Now, anytime within that time period, they can refinance, right? So if next year rates go down, they can refinance. Well, the money that's put aside for that is subsidizing the payment. The money that's put aside, if they refinance before the 2 years, they get all that money, whatever's left, back. They get the money back, which is really cool. So they don't lose the money. Now, on a permanent buy down, they lose the money. They permanently buy down that rate, they refinance or sell, that money's gone. On temporary, they get the money back. We can have, KB's great in negotiating. She can have the seller pay those fees. She just talked about she had someone pay $20,000 yesterday, right? They do that all the time. And right now there's a little bit more inventory in our area. So the sellers are paying. The sellers are paying for fees for the buyer. Here's a beautiful part. Go to the next slide. Okay. Let's look at average pay rates. Okay. Average pay raises is that, you have 2 minutes? Is that, yeah. I'll talk fast. If the average person, go to the next slide, in Williamson County gets a pay raise of about 4%, that's $437 a month. Guess what? It covers the increase of what that payment does every year. It not only covers it, but it's more than the increase of that payment. So by the time they get to the third year, even if rates are not changed and not lower, they don't feel that payment difference because their raises have covered it and done it. So they get to get in today at today's prices, because home prices are growing around 3% a year. Even if people don't know that, they're still growing. They get today's prices rather than waiting 3 years or so and get tomorrow's prices. So if you know of anyone, that's the great referral for me, is whenever you hear anyone say, hey, I'd love to buy a home, but it's just not affordable, you're going to say, have you heard about the temporary buy down? And then refer to me. So that'd be a great referral. Thanks.